all Greek to me. Part 3. We're going to be talking about Oedipus Rex because by now you guys should have totally be reading it. And we are going to work from Oedipus Rex. I'm going to give you a very specific assignment that you need to check on your announcements, because that's going to tell you what you're going to be doing. It's going to be fun. Okay, so I'm not going to get into all the episodes, but I am going to talk a little bit about what's happening before, what happens after, and why this play is important. So Oedipus Rex by Sophocles, his order of events is important because each episode reveals what's happened, concluding what's happening before Oedipus arrives in Thebes. All right, the play is divided into a prologue and 5 episodes. Of course, there's 5 stanzas afterwards, right? You remember from last lesson, and that's the 5 choral passages. So, previously on This Is What's Happening in Thebes. I'm just going to read this. King Laus had kidnapped a boy, and as punishment was told that if he had children, his kingdom would be ruined, that his son would kill him and marry his mother. It's a pretty bad curse, right? All right, so Jocasta, King Laos's wife, gives birth to a boy. And King Laos is like, oh God, okay, oh snap, this is coming true. This is a boy. Get rid of him. So he gives the baby away and says, I want you to kill that baby. This guy's supposed to kill the baby, and instead he feels sorry for it. It's crying. It's adorable. So he takes the baby. I have a wall right here. He binds its feet, and he sticks it on a mountainside. And along comes Polybus. And Polybus was feeling kind of sad because he was not able to have kids. And he was thinking, you know what would be great if I found a baby. What the? And there's a baby, right? So he takes the baby and he takes it to his wife, and they raise it as their own. Oedipus actually means a swollen foot. His feet were bound when he was abandoned, and obviously that's going to cause blood to sort of coagulate. When Oedipus was growing up, he was totally bullied. People would say, you don't look anything like your parents. What's going on here? Okay, so please excuse me. When kids get bullied, they can go in a myriad of different ways, right? Their psychological development. But this sort of made him tougher. This made this character tougher. And we'll see that later as the episodes progress, when the toughness that he acquired from being bullied sort of turns him into a bully, right? So Oedipus leaves, and he actually solves the riddle of the Sphinx. And this was a difficult riddle, and because he solved it, he got the prize of being the king of Thebes. Okay, as the king of Thebes, as it turns out, he got to marry the queen. The queen, the king of Thebes, the original king of Thebes, had died in a road rage accident, right? We will learn that it was, of course, in fact, Oedipus who killed him, thus fulfilling the prophecy. But he killed him because Laos was going one way, Oedipus was going the other, and Laos was like, you get out of the way, and Oedipus is like, no, you get out of the way, no, you, no, you, no, you, no, you, all right? So when the play opens, there's a plague that is destroying Thebes, and then Oedipus is like, I'm going to solve this. I'm going to make this good. Don't you worry. I'm your leader. Listen to me. Don't listen to anyone else, because I'm going to deliver us from this plague. What an interesting play to be reading right now. Okay, so that gets us through what's happening previously in the prologue, and then you're going to start with episode 1. Hopefully you've already been reading it, so this is not any way spoilers. I want to talk to you a little bit about this play. I want you to know that we ignore the age difference between Oedipus, Jocasta, and Creon. if Jocasta knew that there was this curse placed upon her first husband, but she still hooked up with Oedipus. If I thought that there was even a small chance that I would marry my son, I'd probably stay away from the young people. But like Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher, she just went ahead and went for it. And besides, Oedipus solved the riddle of the Sphinx, so he won her as a prize. But we kind of ignore that. Where am I? Okay, so the pathos, the reason why this is a big deal is because Oedipus is a person of power. And he went from being a person of power to a person with absolutely the most hated person in Thebes. And that's always interesting dramatically. It's interesting because the bigger they are, the harder they fall. These structures that we thought were impenetrable, there's no way could fall, like our healthcare system. In this instance, it's Oedipus and his power, and he falls really hard. The chorus is made up of Theban elders. Tiresias is old, the blind prophet. The herdsman is old. The priest in the prologue is old, which represents wisdom. So in this play, wisdom is represented with age and experience and past. And frankly, I feel like that's the same in this world for the most part. There are some extras, Antigone and Ismene, who are come at the end of episode 5 there, and they're there to arouse pity because they are showing us that Oedipus gave birth to his own sister/daughter, right? Because Jocasta. It's a well-written play. Patricide, killing your father, and incest, having sexual relations with family members, are taboo subjects. They were taboo back then, and they continue to be taboo. They really, the Greeks really thought that humans couldn't control fate, and that's a really interesting time right now because I can Clorox bleach everything. I can wash my hands a million times. I can go to the grocery store in battle gear and come back and still get the coronavirus. The Greeks would say that despite all of my human efforts, I was fated to get COVID-19. Right? That would be their approach to it. And I'll ask you that. Can you control fate? What can you control? That's going to be a question on the quiz. Can you control fate? We can certainly control circumstances, but can we control the end? Right? This is what a perfect time to read this play. There's also a motif of blindness versus sight. Let me just say also that the Greeks full on thought you cannot control fate. You cannot do that. Right? We'll revisit this in Romeo and Juliet, but I want to hear what you have to say. Okay, blindness versus sight. There are so many truths out there that Oedipus refuses to see because of his hubris. Hubris is an important word. Hubris means pride. I am so sure of my position that I refuse to see any other alternatives. That, my friends, is hubris. And that is Oedipus's tragic flaw. And I would dare say that hubris is humanity's tragic flaw. That we are so wrapped up in our own mindset, in our own sets of rules, whether they were handed down to us or we have concocted them, that we don't stop to listen to other stories. Okay, so this is what brought him down. And this is what brings down a lot of powerful people. That pathos stage, going from somebody of high position to low position. So Oedipus cannot see, he could figure out the riddle of the Sphinx, but the simple facts that point out who he's looking for, he refuses to see. And remember, in retribution, he blinds himself. So blindness versus sight. He blinds himself so he won't have to see the big old freaking mess that he created. And then, of course, Tiresias is blind, the soothsayer, but he sees the truth, despite being blind. So it's all broken down. Tragedy is a person with a flaw Who is it and who has the flaw? It's Oedipus. He's hubris. He is pride, extreme pride that takes him down. The catharsis comes from when Oedipus blinds himself. He blinds himself, so in a way, harmony has been reached. It's not sweet, but it's been reached because he, in a way, gets what he deserves in that tragic way. I'm going to leave you with the Oedipal conflict. The Oedipal conflict is saying by Sigmund Freud, a prominent psychiatrist, that men want to, from the ages of 3 to 5, want to sleep with their mothers and kill their fathers. And there's the Electra complex, which is that women have, supposedly, according to Freud, ages 3 to 5, where they want to sleep with their dads and kill their moms. Now, I hope this is not the truth. Freud tended to think everything was about your parents, about dreaming, and a whole lot of stuff about sex. But he got the Oedipal conflict straight away from Oedipus Rex. Okay, so we're done with the Greeks. We're done with talking about Oedipus Rex. I want you to read the play, check your assignment announcements, so I can tell you what huge project we are going to take on with Oedipus Rex. It's going to be fun. You know, I might record a video just telling you what I expect you to do. Have a great day and stay safe.